What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fourth and Goal Sports Show. Your host Tyrus Filson. We're back again with another live, and
Sure.
I'm happy today. Got my man Kalani back on the live, and how you feeling today, man?
Feeling good, man. It's been a long time. I feel like it's been a minute since I've been on the live, so glad here to debate, talk with you, and share my thoughts on the game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hope all is well, and hope everything's been good with you, man. I'm glad to have you back. And uh, first off, just how do you feel about that game yesterday? Did you get time to spend with your family and everybody enjoy the game?
Everyone enjoyed the game. Passing performance was pretty cool. I think the whole game. I honestly believe it was. I guess what's the word? I don't want to use the word boring, but it wasn't. It wasn't the I guess the best matchup that people wanted to see or the anticipated matchup that we would like to see. But both teams well deserved to get in there. Respect to both organizations and both fan bases. So I definitely feel like the game wasn't as entertaining as past Super Bowls, but there has to be a winner. Did he leave?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel what you're saying though on that whole like it wasn't as exciting as we were used to for Super Bowls. Because I mean it was a defensive game and
Yeah.
like that's how it is sometimes when like it's two teams with good defenses and the quarterbacks aren't really like the top of the top. So but it
Hmm.
was cool. It was cool.
Yeah, it definitely was. It's definitely cool. Yeah.
I'm I know everybody's hype about like the halftime show and all that. I'm the type I don't care who's performing, how good they are, how bad they are. I'm watching for the football. That's just me. That's just me.
That's kind of like me. I'm with you on that. Don't get me wrong. It is kind of entertaining to watch it sometimes, like just to watch, before the second half starts. But I'm not really a big. I'm not really a big, you know, guru or fan of, oh, this person has to be the performer or this celebrity or this artist should be. I don't. I'm just there to watch football. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it be for real, yeah.
yeah,
But I mean, getting more into the game, I think that, Seattle, man, that defense, they carried, they did what they had to do. And they're just elite defense. I mean, it's been Super Bowls where you got a team where it's like star studded, and you don't really have to have that like best of the best quarterback. I
yeah,
think that's what it was. Honestly, on I know people not gonna like this, but on both sides, I feel like it was like that. I was earlier today, I was listening to Bomani Jones podcast. Are you familiar with his
I
stuff?
am. Yep.
Yeah, well, Bonnie Jones, he was talking about how like really both sides really didn't have like elite quarterbacks, but they had elite defenses, and they like the saying goes, defense wins championships.
Definitely
Uh,
does.
not taking nothing away from Drake May and Sam Darnold. I just feel like the defenses, man, elite.
Very, very elite. It was like you said, definitely a defensive game. I definitely agree that I mean I had the Seahawks winning this game. Like no question, 100%. I don't feel like the Patriots were really able to match up well with them on both sides of the ball. The Patriots have a pretty good defense top in the NFL, but I don't. If I'm being honest, I never believed in Drake May. I still don't. That might be a hot take. People might not agree with me. I'm not even saying that because he's a division rival. But he's a good quarterback. That's the best way to. He's manageable. Like he's gonna get you touchdowns. He's gonna win you games, but I don't think he's a playoff quarterback.
So so
I don't.
you so you agree with what Cam Newton said basically?
I'm not familiar with what Cam Newton said. Do you know by any chance?
Yeah, so he basically was talking about certain quarterbacks in the league, and he was getting a lot of flack or hate
Oh,
from
game
fans.
manager, game changers, and stuff like that.
Yeah, so he talked
Um,
about Drake May, and he's just like, I don't think he's a game changer.
I don't think so. When I
I
think of
agree.
this, so this is my thing, and this is no hate to Drake May, no hate to Sam Darnold, none of those quarterbacks. But what I will say is, you can see the difference between the game managers and the game changers, or certain quarterbacks in this league. So to me, you know, game changer would be a Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson or Joe Burrow. Those are game changers. So Matthew Stafford, um, Jaden Daniels, if you will, like those are game changers to me. You know, wait, can you hear me or no?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, those are game. Sorry, those are game changers to me. Game managers are the Drake Mays, the Bo Nixes, the Brock Purdy's. but even Brock Purdy, he's 50-50 in that conversation because he's had elite moments. But what I do feel like is Drake May Drake May isn't a game changer. Drake May isn't an elite quarterback. He's a manageable quarterback. And this is why I'm so upset with the NFL as to why they made the MVP award a quarterback award. Because if we're being realistic, every year it's the same thing. If you look at the odds for NFL MVP, it's always a quarterback, which is fine. But then you got guys like Brock Purdy or Drake May when their teams are playing well, top in the AFC or top in the NFC, they're automatically put in that conversation because they're the quarterback of that team. Because really, in hindsight, Drake May had a pretty good year, a really good year actually. But he's not Josh Allen. He's not Patrick Mahomes. He's not Lamar Jackson. Those are elite quarterbacks. He's not Joe Burrow. He Matthew Stafford, the Jaden Day. Like he's not. He those are elite quarterbacks. He's not there yet. So I honestly, I know people. I'm gonna get flack behind this, but I don't believe he's there because even if you look at his playoff stats, he has 6 total touchdowns throughout the playoffs, 8 turnovers, and in those 8 turnovers, he had 4 interceptions and 4 fumbles lost. Okay, but there's context. There's context behind all of these things. If you look at his regular season schedule and you put it next to his postseason schedule on his road to the Super Bowl, we could play it just like this. He had one of the easiest schedules in the NFL. The Patriots had one of the easiest schedules in the NFL. Not taking anything away because he still had to perform at a high level, in which he did. He definitely performed at a high level. What I will say is when all the chips are pushed to the table and your team needs their quarterback to be the MVP quarterback that I've been hearing about all year, he was nowhere to be found. He was nowhere to be found because if you look at all the postseason games, the route to get there for him it was easy because his defense was doing the work. His defense was the MVP in the postseason. It wasn't him. He had 6 touchdowns throughout what 4 games,
And
and
it's
he,
not
he
just that. I don't want to
yeah,
cut
no,
you
you
off because
good.
I'm definitely gonna add some clips for this live for sure. But it wasn't just that. Like, okay, it was easy for him, right?
Yeah,
And then you got to add the fact that it was they had an easy schedule the whole season, right?
they did.
Then they got to the playoffs and it was easy too. I mean, nothing's easy, but you get what I'm trying to say. Easier, we get what you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It ain't easy to win in the NFL, but there's
nah,
things that can make it easier when you have an easier schedule. When you go to the playoffs and you got to play Justin Herbert, who you know how I feel about Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert, as known, I'm not a huge fan of Justin Herbert, but I do believe he's a top 10 quarterback. But to your point, he has not exceeded in the playoffs at all.
So
So,
yeah, to get
so
to my point is like,
mm,
and then okay, it's easier in the playoffs than most schedules or most playoff roads difficulty, and then he still plays bad. Like 84, yeah, what like 84 yards in the AFC
against the
Championship.
Broncos, don't get me like, and that's my thing. The Broncos defense, don't get me wrong, top in the league, it's top three in the league. Broncos had an elite defense this year, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter if you're an elite quarterback, if you're an MVP quarterback. How I've been hearing all year, like this is my thing, Tyrus. This is my thing. If I'm personally asking you this: if Josh Allen, if Lamar Jackson, if Patrick Mahomes, Jaden Daniels, whoever, Joe Burrow, Matthew Stafford, if they went into Denver, right, and threw what was it, 84, 86 yards, I think something like that. If they did that throughout the entirety of the game, and the final score was 10-7, don't get me wrong, they won. What do you think? All of those guys in ESPN, Cam Newton, Stephen A. Smith, Mad Dog, First Take, all these guys get up. What do you think they're saying? What do you think they're gonna say?
They would have tear them apart because they got to keep it real. And I think that Drake May, whether we go first round, second round, uh, whatever you want to go, AFC Championship, Super Bowl, Drake May, to me, he just didn't perform well. I know in the Super Bowl, like the whole excuse was like the shoulder injury or whatever was bothering him. But at the end of the day, you still got to perform. Uh, and it's one thing to lose. I always say this to my youngest that I coach
Yeah.
when I do flag and the youth stuff, youth football. I'll be telling them, I'm like, yo, I'll be like, look, it's one thing to lose, but there's a whole nother thing to just get beat bad. Like that's a whole nother thing. You gotta lose with some pride. The Patriots, to me, they didn't lose with pride yesterday. They
At
didn't lose
all.
with pride. Nah, like
At
that
all.
game was, it was literally decided before half.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get me wrong, the Pats were still in it just because of how great the defense was. Like I was in the group chat with some of my guys, and we were just like, we gotta tip our hats to Christian Gonzalez.
Christian
He kept
Gonzalez,
them in the
man.
game.
Christian Gonzalez, man. He was balling. He gave them chance after chance on the
Mhm.
defensive end. He gave Drake May multiple opportunities to go get it done. And I seen I saw a clip on Instagram earlier. It was a clip of it was the sideline reaction of the defense. They weren't upset, but like they had like the distraught reaction, like like we just got off the field. We're giving the offense opportunities, and it's like another three and out, back to back three and outs, another three and out. Fourth drive of the game, another three and out. So don't get me wrong, that Seattle Seahawks defense is top in the league. Mike McDonald has had them boys. They had them boys playing. He had them boys playing. But my thing is, if you're an elite quarterback, you got to get it done. Those are the expectations. Those are the expectations of the MVP quarterbacks. Those are the expectations of the elite quarterbacks, of the game changers. We no matter what happens, they're expected to get it done. Which is why year after year, Lamar Jackson gets flack. Joe Burrow gets flack. Josh Allen gets flack. All these quarterbacks who don't get to a certain point or who don't exceed year in and year out, they get flack. And I know people are saying, "Oh, Drake May, he's second year quarterback, second year quarterback." So he was in the MVP conversation, right? He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, right? So show us. You can't. I don't like when people use it to fit the narrative. First is yeah. I mean he's the MVP to me. He's the best quarterback in the league. He's the best quarterback in the AFC East, right? That's all I was hearing for most throughout the year and throughout towards like going into the postseason. But now when he hasn't played good all postseason, he still has time. He's a second year quarterback. No, keep it from how you were saying it. Keep it from start to finish. You can't change the narrative when it's fitting your argument. That's not how it works. So no, I don't believe in Drake May. Does he still have time to grow? Obviously, because he is young, second year quarterback. But I never believed in the hype to begin with. It's the same thing. It was the same thing with Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, he took the 49ers further. I believe that was his rookie year. I think took them really far. He was in the MVP race, I think, throughout that year, or I don't remember if it was his first year, or second year, but he was in the MVP race, and it was the same thing. Like, don't get me wrong, Brock Purdy's better than Drake May, in my opinion, but um, I feel like we have to slow down sometimes. Like, we have to continuously see something, and Drake May didn't show us anything, especially when it mattered in the postseason. So,
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. And I know firsthand because people was telling me that about Jaden. They was telling me, "Hey, slow your roll." Hey, he was injured this year. He didn't play his
mhm.
best, but he'll be back. But like, yeah, you gotta kind of slow your roll with the young QBs. I kind of accepted that last year or this past season. Now it's about to be the new season or off season. But yeah, I think Drake May. I mean, he's a good quarterback, but like people that was putting him on above Josh Allen, that's crazy talk. No chance. You got to stack it. You know what I'm saying? You got to stack it year after year. If we been honest, like they was getting out of hand with it. Like people were saying there's gonna be a new Patriots dynasty. Like, come on now, come on. Are we being serious? Like, come on.
I don't like I said, man. I'm with you, Tyrus. I never was sold on the Patriots. I genuinely believe if we beat the Broncos, we're beating the Patriots. I'm a Bills fan for other viewers who don't know. And that's not me being biased. That's not conjecture. That's facts for me because at the end of the day, it comes down to who's gonna make the bigger plays in the playoffs. It's gonna come down to that. I have no faith. It was to me. There's no chance that Drake May makes more plays than Josh Allen because to me he hasn't because even I know early on the season I don't remember I think I say we played them week 7 I think when we played them early on in the year and they beat us by I think what a field goal. Josh Allen did not play good and they beat us by a field goal after Drake May played amazing. Then when we went to Foxborough later on throughout the year and we handled business, now it was that's what Josh Allen's supposed to do. No, keep the same narrative. At the end of the day, I wasn't here to talk about my reactions to the Broncos and Bills game, but that's a whole nother conversation. I do feel like we were, the refs played a part in that. But at the end of the day, Josh Allen didn't play good that game as well. So, but like I said, Josh Allen has never really had a defense like Drake May. Drake May's defense, like you just said, Christian Gonzalez, all them boys over there on the Patriots defense, balling all year long, even in the playoffs, giving them chance after chance. That's how they were winning most of their games throughout the postseason. Drake May, he had a little bit of a little part to play in it, but no, it's their defense was the MVP throughout the entire postseason. And in the game that mattered in the Super Bowl against the Seahawks, when the defense finally needed him to, when they defense finally needed Drake May, their MVP quarterback, their elite quarterback, to step up and go get them some points, he wasn't able to do it. He
It
wasn't
was
able to do it.
bad. Like it was to the point where like, I mean, people are underestimating just how bad it was. Like as someone who watched it, I mean, it got to the point where it's like the food in the family was more entertaining than the game. Like because Drake, I was rooting for Drake May. People think we're hating. I don't know about you, but because you're a Bills fan, you probably was hating. Me, I was not hating. I was rooting for Drake May. I was rooting for him. Not to say didn't want the Seahawks to win. It was like I didn't care who wins. It's like I'm rooting for everybody. But Drake May, I'm out there like do something, bro. Like it was punt after punt after punt. And it's like, bruh, I was looking on the sideline, like I saw that reel that you were talking about. It's like the defense was just like, what is he doing? We need help from we need help from the offense, and they just was selling. Stephon Diggs too. I was rooting for my man. You know, I know he's from Maryland, but geez, that wasn't his best. But then again, what can you do? Because it's like when you at receiver, you need the quarterback to play well. So it's like,
Definitely the quarterback to play well. But I mean, to respond to what you said, I definitely I definitely didn't want the Patriots to win. Obviously, division rivals, but I'm still rooting for the kid. Like, I mean, I don't. That doesn't mean I want to see Drake May do bad. I still want to see him play good. You know, I honestly, if I'm being honest, I wanted him to prove me wrong, and that's the the narrative of MVP quarterback. Because I personally don't even believe the MVP race should have even been that close between him and Matthew Stafford. If I'm
I,
being
I,
honest,
I was thinking about that before this live, right?
yeah,
It shouldn't have been that close. Also, how you mentioned how like they just continuously put quarterbacks year after year. If we've been honest, Drake May shouldn't have even been top three in the race.
at all, at all.
Like if they just put most valuable player, not most valuable quarterback, not most valuable uh quarterback, just put most valuable player, and they put that criteria. I don't think Drake May's top three in the race.
Drake May is not top three in the race. I think guys like Matthew Stafford should. I mean, you know, he rightfully so won the MVP. Matthew Stafford should have been ahead of him, no question. I think Josh Allen.
JSN, I put
Yeah,
JSN.
I threw JSN in there as well. I mean, hell, I mean, if Miles Garrett, if the Browns weren't that bad, I would have
Yeah.
threw Miles Garrett in there.
See,
You
that's what
know,
the fans see. That's what the fans really want. I wish the NFL would do that for real, because like we're just gonna keep saying quarterback, but like, man, you got guys who are playing for real.
yeah, I mean, yeah. So I mean, my finalists honestly would have been Matthew Stafford, Josh Allen, JSN, Miles Garrett, and maybe I don't know. Maybe T Law maybe because he was Trevor Lawrence. He played pretty good throughout the year. He probably would have been like my last option.
Didn't they
But
put Christian McCaffrey in the race?
yeah, and Christian, that's what I'm saying, Ty. It's
It's
like
like, what are they doing?
the MVP award has become, in my opinion, has become a joke. I don't. It's not really all right. No, I'll change my tune. It's not really a joke to me, but we tend to, and this isn't just the NFL. We tend to lose the meaning of what MVP means. It's not the who's playing good on the I guess on the best team in the league because if that's the case, Drake May shouldn't have even been in that conversation. You got to have guys like JSN in that conversation or Miles Garrett in that conversation. Miles Garrett kept is the reason why the Browns had some of the wins that they did have. He broke the sack record. That's history books. Josh Allen, you take Josh Allen off the Bills and they're nothing. And I'm a Bills fan saying that. They're nothing. You take him off the Bills and they're a lottery team. They're first in the draft. Like they don't he it's and the most valuable player award isn't I guess what it used to be at some point. It's about which quarterback is on the winning team. You know, that's not what MVP means. So I mean, we've been through that. The MVP award is kind of a joke to me now. But guys like Drake May and Christian McCaffrey's great, but the 49ers didn't really play well. Yeah, they beat the Eagles first round, but Christian McCaffrey didn't have an MVP year.
No,
So I mean, that's just we kind of got to live with that. But I wouldn't, like I said, to my main point, I want to Drake May to prove me wrong, and he didn't prove me wrong at all. And this goes back to the conversation with Cam Newton about the game changers, game managers. He's a game manager. He played good. He managed them throughout the year. That's the best way to put it. He got them wins throughout the year. Got them wins throughout the year. But there was never a point in time where I looked at him, I was like, where he had the ball, and I'm like, yeah, damn, I'm scared. I'm scared that what's Drake May's number 10? I'm scared number 10 got the ball. Damn, we got to go against Drake May. I've never once in my life thought that ever. Especially throughout the season. When I see guys like Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Matt Stafford, JSN, all them dudes, I'm like, damn, Justin Jefferson, I'm like, damn, we got to play against him. Like those are game changers. He's not. So I feel like the Drake May train that needs to stop until he proves it. Because I mean, look at his numbers. His playoff numbers were terrible this year. It was terrible. So 6 total touchdowns in 4 games, 8 turn. He had more turnovers than touchdowns. That's bad. That's terrible. So I mean, look, man, I was never caught up in prisoner of the moment. I never have, and that's what a lot of things, but especially this situation. I never believed in Drake May. I may get a lot of hate for it. Like I said, Drake May is a really good. Drake May is a good quarterback. He's a good NFL quarterback. But I mean, he didn't. He proved what I already knew. He's not a game changer. He's not. So you know.
Yeah. Well, with all that being said, too, you said the MVP race has kind of become a joke. I can agree with that to a certain extent. But then also like what's really become a joke, like fully, is the Pro Bowl. I mean, gosh, like
Don't get me started on the Pro Bowl.
I mean, like it's really, I get it. The players, they don't want to get injured. They don't want to, you know what I'm saying? But like, bruh, put on the full pads and just play regular football. Like, just let it be, man. I would like
Man,
for them to go back to Hawaii and just go
yeah.
back to how it used to be. But it's a good time
Mm,
fade. But it's
it's
not.
the same thing. NBA All Star Weekend, man. That's low key becoming a little bit of a joke as well. It's just I
But what's keeping it alive though?
who
LeBron James. That's the
LeBron.
only reason people even care about the All Star game.
But
I'm
it's
just
like
being
even
honest. That's how I
LeBron.
feel.
LeBron doesn't even care about it like that no more. He just he's selected every year because that's the goat. You know what I'm
Have you
saying?
seen?
But
I'm gonna pass to you. I don't want to go on a tangent, but have you
mhm.
seen how people take the All Star game a little too serious? Like I feel like there's a difference with NFL and NBA, but like
Yeah,
when the All Star game come on, I kind of just enjoy it. I really don't be pressed about it. It's just like, bro, it don't even matter.
yeah,
But
it's
like then
fun. It's just yeah.
you got the OGs and the unks who like, oh, remember that time Kobe and LeBron went against each other and LeBron didn't do this? I was like, what happened in the real game? It's an all-star game. Why would I care about
Yeah.
that? Like, what are we talking
And
about?
I think to me, like it's just people look for another reason to just find another way to diminish LeBron. That's how I see it because you got to really sit there and use an end of the game highlight in the All Star game. That's not even a real game. That wasn't even a playoff game when it mattered. Because if we want to look at the numbers and if we want to look at the stats and the wins and losses, LeBron outplayed Kobe in most matchups. All time matchups, LeBron's outplayed Kobe. So that's when it matters in actual games. I know All Star game. So yeah, that's cool. Kobe had that dog every game, no matter what the circumstance was, fun or not. But I mean, like I said, that's just OGs being OGs trying to find a reason, fit their narrative. So, you know.
Yeah, man. And what when is All-Star weekend? Is it this week? This weekend?
I think it's next weekend.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm really just watching NBA this year because of LeBron. I haven't really been as entertained with the NBA recently. I've watched a few games. I've been keeping up with it as much as I can, but I've mainly been focused on NFL. But now NFL's over, so more locked in on basketball. We definitely should do some basketball lives and
We can definitely
connect
do
with that.
basketball live. Yep. We
Yeah,
can
but
definitely do basketball lives.
like I'm trying to see LeBron do what he can, to close out his career. It's crazy. He's about to wrap it up soon. So
He got one more ring in him. He got one more ring in him, man. I'm confident. I think he got one more ring in him, man. I
you
think I
think
think he can do it.
you think he's gonna play another season after this, or this could be it?
I think he's definitely gonna play next year. I personally think next year will be his last year. Um, I don't see him going over 2 more seasons. I think he might at the max do 2 more seasons, but definitely next year. I don't think he'll be in LA next year though, at all. I think he's going back to Cleveland. I think now after this season it's officially Luca's team, so him going back to Cleveland, that's where it all started. So, you know, I think that's where he's gonna end it in Cleveland. And Cleveland has a pretty good team too, so he could make a little run with Cleveland if they do some if they get some picks or they get some trades, some pickups this summer. So it's not he's going to a bad team. Cleveland they could make another push as well.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, my fault. Yeah, I had some technical difficulties right there, but
No,
I'm
you
back.
good.
Yeah, so NFL over, NBA, here we come. I mean, I know people like one of my boys, he's big on NBA more than NFL, and I just joke with him. I'm like, NBA season don't start till NFL season ends, right?
That's facts though. That's facts. That's definitely facts. I 100% agree with that. I watch I'm a Lakers fan. I try to keep up with well, I'm a LeBron fan. I keep up with try to keep up with every game LeBron. But when football season is in, that's my main focus. Even throughout the week when they're not playing. So you know. But like
It's
I
just,
said, congrats to the Seahawks. They 100% deserve it. Number one in the NFC. They played great throughout the entire year. Sam Darnold, pretty great comeback story.
let's let's talk about that. Let's talk about Sam Darnold. Um, because I was gonna do a video about Sam Darnold and just what he's done this year. Um, but I kind of hold it off on it until after the Super Bowl. I was going to do it like right after the NFC Championship, but I wanted to hold off on it. But
Mm,
now, just seeing what he's accomplished, I think Sam Darnold, that comeback story is very impressive. You got to give credit where it's due. Um, Being drafted to the Jets, kind of being a journeyman, Carolina, San Francisco. I could be Minnesota.
so does well,
Uh,
yeah.
like Minnesota, to me, they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball, and
They did.
that's why they fired their GM. I hate to see a black GM
Black.
get
Yeah.
fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to see African brother GM getting fired. But like I can't lie, that was just one of those tough situations where you got to let him go because uh they just picked the wrong quarterback. That's like the one thing you can't mess up. The quarterback, you have to get that right. They messed it up. JJ McCarthy. I don't care what y'all say. It's people saying, "Oh, give it time, give it time." Nah, bro. Nah, nah. We
I
we
mean,
we
like I
all we done with
said,
that.
man, I'm definitely with you on that. And like we said, context matters. I mean, you got your star receiver, Justin Jefferson. I mean, that's a generational receiver, and you're wasting his time there. And I mean, I don't know if you saw the interview the other day, but even the smart remarks that he made, like he said he had a down year because of the quarterback. That's in hindsight, that's what he said.
I
You
mean,
know,
as good as he is, let him say that. Let him say
he
it.
can
It
say
shouldn't
that.
even.
That's their franchise player. My thing is, you don't want to see Justin Jefferson walk away from your franchise. You don't. Any team would be lucky to have him. He's arguably the best receiver in the game.
Yeah,
Arguably, he'll probably between it's for me. It's between him and Jamar Chase. JSN, I know he's on the rise as well, but they've been doing it for a little longer. So I'm gonna obviously stick with Jamar or Justin Jefferson. But I mean, JJ McCarthy, I'm not really sold on him. I haven't been sold on him even when he was at Michigan. I wasn't ever really sold on him. So um, same thing. The NFL, they feel like because if you play good in college or you're on the championship team that he has to get drafted. So I mean, never was sold on JJ. I mean, he could prove us wrong by playing good next year. Maybe it was just a bad year, bad first year, but I'm not sold on him at all. But Sam Darnold, I mean, that comeback story is 100% one for the books. He proved a lot of people wrong, like you said, bounced around from team to team after getting drafted by the Jets. He kind of seen a few different franchises, a few different organizations. But what I will say is that, like you said, Minnesota dropped the ball. I mean, yeah, he didn't play good in the postseason his first year with them, but they gave up on him way too soon, in my opinion, Tyrus. They gave up on him way too soon. He was balling throughout the entire year. Everybody saying, "Oh, he went back to being Sam Darnold in the playoffs." Nah, man, that's why Minnesota's in the predicament that they are now. He went from Minnesota to first year with the Seahawks, won the Super Bowl. He shut that whole narrative down, and he proved a lot of people wrong. So that comeback story is definitely one for the books. And Sam Darnold 100% deserves a lot of praise, as well as the Seahawks organization, JSN, Mike McDonald, all them dudes, Kenneth Walker, all of them. So especially that defense, man, that D line, man, they monsters over there. So that whole team as a whole, like you said, defense with championships. Both sides of the ball all year have been great. Number one in the NFC for a reason. So the Seahawks definitely deserve some credit. They're my pick to win the Super Bowl against the Patriots. I didn't at the beginning of the year. I didn't have the Seahawks get into the championship Super Bowl at all. But They put a lot of people wrong, and not Drake May, sorry. Sam Darnold 100% deserves a lot of credit, as well as the rest of the Seahawks organization.
100%. And Minnesota, it's just like, nah, they
Drop the
tried to.
ball.
You gotta go with Sam. I feel like after the season you gotta like run it back. I know he lost first round and he didn't do well, but it's like if you improve some things on the O line, you improve the defense, you run it back, and you go on. I feel like they handed the keys. They gave the keys to JJ McCarthy. He never earned the keys. He didn't
Never on
pass
the
it.
keys
He didn't pass the permit test. He didn't pass the driving test.
at
But you gonna
all.
give him the keys to the car? That
You
don't
see,
make
you see,
sense.
but you see, Cyrus. This goes back to our original points. The NFL is just a little backwards sometimes. Like what they think is because they draft a quarterback that quarterback has to be like it's like like you said we're giving him the keys to the Ferrari. Nah, stay on the passenger side. Sam Darnold's a vet in this game. He's a vet. You can learn from no matter how people view Sam Darnold. He's a respected vet in a sense. And especially after the year he had in Minnesota that whole regular season, Jason McCarthy can learn from that. And they gave up on him way too soon because, well, I mean, because I guess what? I mean, he didn't play good in the playoffs. That I think they got bounced out the first one. He didn't. He didn't play good, but you don't give up on somebody because they had a bad game when throughout the year he was balling. He made the Vikings relevant again in some sort, other than Jetta's obviously being one of the reasons, but he was balling. They had one of the best records in the NFL.
That was
So
honestly the best that you could honestly say that was like the best the Vikings have, been. So I mean, well, you had Kirk and Teddy Bridgewater, but like, JJ's really was keeping them afloat.
yeah,
Um,
100%.
but yeah, man, I just think you should have kept Sam Darnold. But yeah, what he's done in Seattle for this season has been really good. It's gonna be interesting to see if he could like bring it back next year and do well. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. They're not going back to back. They're not going back to back.
Seahawks,
Nah.
not. I don't believe they're going back to back. I think the NFL, I think I was as a down year in the NFL on both sides, but I mean both conferences. But I don't see them going back to back. They're still a really good team, but I don't see them going back to back. I don't.
And it's hard to go back to back. And shoot, the way the Eagles were last year, remember folks thought they were going to 3P or go back to back? Like, nah, it's hard.
Man, Eagles got a lot. They need to figure they things out too. Because I mean, like you said, next year you still got Washington in that division. You know they had dealt with injuries all year, so I would love to see how they look healthy, a fully healthy Washington team. The Giants, that's a young team. That's a young team, but you got a veteran, respected Hall of Fame coach John Harbaugh, and you got a nice young quarterback over there, Jackson Dart, and Cam Scatterbull. You got a lot of young pieces that can come up this year. And the Cowboys, they going cowboy. I mean, they going, they're either hit or miss. They're gonna play really good or they're gonna play really bad. So the Eagles definitely got some they definitely got some things they need to figure out, especially with the AJ Brown situation. So
Yeah, speaking of that AJ Brown situation, I'm gonna just say it now. I personally feel like the Eagles are probably gonna trade AJ Brown
oh he's gone. He's gone. He's 100 he's gone. He's
because,
gone.
like, to be honest, I like AJ Brown as a player, but like just the drama. I know that's how receivers are, but like not all of them. But like it's just too much at this point. I mean,
Uh,
you got to have guys that are cooperating and have team chemistry is important.
Man, I agree with you. I would love AJ Brown as a Bill strictly because of the player. He's a top three receiver, for the most part. But top five,
I
top three
know,
receiver.
I know what you about to say. Nah,
But
you can't be talking to JA like that. You can't be talking to Josh Allen like that.
you can't. It's a few things. You can't talk to Josh Allen like that. The the everybody eats thing in Buffalo. It works. It works. And for three, He'd be a Stephon Diggs 2.0. Stephon Diggs is a great receiver, but you see what happened with that situation. Always wanting the ball. Being somewhat of a diva, being a locker room cancer. We don't need that.
I
That's
mean,
not.
the best like wide receiver room for the Bills would be like you have a clear wide receiver one, but it's
Yeah,
still everybody eats. Like
yeah,
I think you got to put the ego aside if you're going to win a championship. But at the same time, it's like it's tough because wide receivers, uh, uh, only receiver I can think of that's like put the ego aside is my man Terry, but
Terry.
that's rare.
I
Oh,
give
Jawan Jennings too.
Jawan
But
Jennings.
yeah,
I would say Puka Nakua. He's another one. You don't really hear too much with him. I feel like he's another put the ego to the side. But like the Diggs, the AJ Browns. I feel like they, man. I don't think Stephon Diggs really like that anymore because I think he took the backseat role. He knows he's getting older. He's not the number one target anymore. But the AJ Browns, like receivers like that. That's really what messes. That's what messes up teams. Put the pride to the side. Put the ego to the side. We know you're a great receiver, but being a great receiver comes with more coverage. More game planning on you. So it's harder for the quarterback to really get you the ball as much as he can. So that's why come along for the ride, do your part, and when we ask you to make plays, be able to make those plays. And you
The
know,
the thing that's what I noticed in the Super Bowl too. Um, some people should notice this because I'm sure a lot of parlays got ruined because of this.
yeah.
JSN, he didn't even have 50 yards.
I mean,
You don't know why though? You want to know why? Not because he got locked up or not because it was he didn't get 50 yards, he's trash. It was because the Seahawks ran the football. And you got to have a good run game if you're going to win a Super Bowl. Like the Eagles did last year. They was giving Saquon the ball. Now in the Super Bowl, it was a little different style that they did in the game, the Super Bowl. But to get there, they needed to run the ball. But I don't know. It's
well,
hard to have that balance.
well, I feel like the Seahawks, they did a great job in terms of like managing that game because at the end of the day, you don't want to force feed JSN as great of a receiver he is. The Seahawks, they do know that he's going to be double coverage or they game plan for him, because he can't have a big night. He has a big night, game is definitely over. So they did a great job. Kenneth Walker did a great job, rightfully deserved a Super Bowl MVP. So I think they handled that game pretty well. And like we said, Tyrus, just because you're a great receiver, great player, mainly receivers, that doesn't necessarily mean that, or even running backs, because Saquon's a perfect example. You have a great year, a hot all year, but that comes with a lot of attention in the sense where more coverage, more game planning for you. So you can't be as effective as you normally are strictly because they know how great you are. But he's blocking, he's doing a bunch of other things to make sure his team wins. So that's back to our earlier conversation. That's putting the ego to the side. I've seen AJ Brown have 3 catches, 100 yards, and he's still complaining. Like, or I think what was it? He had a game where it was like 2, 3 touchdowns, but he felt like he didn't have much targets. He felt like he wasn't getting the ball enough. So I mean, people are never going to be content, but you need people like that out of the locker room because it messes up the flow of the team. So love AJ Brown, great receiver, but nah, I wouldn't want him in Buffalo. I don't think you should want him even in Washington. So
Oh yeah, I don't want it. See, it's tough though because it's tough. He's such a good player, but it's let's be real. If he come to Washington, I can't have him talking to my man JD5 like that
can't
or
talk to
Terry.
five like that. You can't talk to five like that
See,
at all.
I know how the Commanders. Well, let me not say that. I was about to say I know how they think. I don't know how they think, but I can assume from how they've moved so far that I don't think that Adam Peters is going to go get a receiver that's better than Terry because we're going to keep him as the franchise number one. They already paid him, so they kind of solidified him as the one.
Yeah.
So whoever we get as the two is probably not going to be somebody like AJ Brown now. It's going to be, and if AJ Brown came, he'd probably be the one anyway. So it's nah, I don't see it. But I want to see us get probably I don't know, probably like a Romeo Dobbs, Alec Pierce, maybe
I
go
want
get Jawan Jennings, Brandon Ayuk. That's risky, but
I
you know,
want Alec Pierce or Brian Thomas. I would prefer one of those guys. Definitely Alec Pierce though. He's a baller. So um I feel like with us. We could definitely use some help with the wide receiver room. That's been the topic of discussion all year for us. That's been our problem. So, and our rush defense or our run defense. So, I mean, I don't know. You listen. You got generational quarterbacks. You need to put them up with some pretty good receivers. You can't expect them to make a big play every play or like when it matters the most, especially when they don't have the help to get them over the hump as well. It's a team sport at the end of the day. So, not gonna win with Brandon Cooks being your number one option. Sorry, I love Brandon Cooks, but you know.
exactly. Yeah, I feel the same way. It's you got to go get them guys weapons. That's how I feel about Jaden. I look at the Eagles. I watch games where Jalen Hurts he's making mistakes. He's not playing well. Nick Sirianni's making mistakes as a coach, not coaching very well, and they still find a way to win the games. They went on a stretch last year. That whole Green Bay. Remember they played Green Bay,
Yeah,
Chargers,
Chargers. Yeah, I
Dallas,
remember that. Yep. Mhm.
or and they went on a certain win streak that was just like crazy. It was like, oh my gosh, like they're not even doing very well, and they're still pulling out the wins because of how talented the team is.
Yeah.
That's what I want for Jaden. That's what I want for Josh Allen. Uh, but it never really fully comes. We'll see about this offseason.
Man, we'll definitely see. I'm still disappointed in our GM, Brandon Bean, for not making that trade for Jalen Waddle, man. That's another one. That he's give Josh Allen Jalen Waddle and watch what he does. Like Tua is another one. Tua has Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill and still can't even get into the playoffs. Like I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know, man.
man,
But he's
it's
done. He's
over.
done. He's done.
It's
Yeah, he's
over.
done.
He should retire. You think, right?
Um, I want to see Tua at with another franchise before I say he retires because we've only seen him in Miami. So I mean,
So
you
where you
know,
want? Where? Hold on. Let's. I'm gonna ask you this. Where do you want to see Tua? You want to see him back up Mendoza in Las Vegas? Because
man, go. If I'm the Vikings, I go get Tua, man, just to see.
what? What?
If I'm the Vikings, I go get Tua, man, just to try it
Oh.
out, just to try it out. Because I mean, look, I mean, you ain't doing much better with JJ McCarthy. You already got rid of Sam Darnold, so it's like, and you see what he just did. So JJ, I would have Tua come in and I guess try to see what would happen. See, because Minnesota, they still have a pretty good team. It's just their quarterback situation is not good, but. If I would like to see him with the Vikings. I know that may sound crazy, but hear me out. If you, I don't know. I feel like because I mean he's had some moments where he's shown like, all right, at one point Tua was respected. He was a top 10 quarterback at some point.
Whoa, top 10?
Mm,
He was never top 10. Come on,
I
come
would
on.
say I would what I will say is that year where it came down to the final. I can't remember. I think that was 2023.
You talking
Where
about Miami's best year?
yeah,
I
I think
was there when they blew out the Commanders. I was there. Tua,
yeah,
he's like a deep ball merchant. He be throwing that deep ball. He has a good deep ball.
he
But
does.
so I would say if he did that in Minnesota to JJ, it'd be interesting to see. But nah, I think he might really be cooked.
I'm never. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't. I'm not really, big on guys just like, especially quarterbacks just giving it up like they're just quitting. That's why I would like to see him somewhere else before I officially, say it's over.
Would you say the
And
same about Kyler Murray?
Kyler Murray's not done. And I'm standing on that. Kyler Murray's not done. We've seen years where Kyler Murray was a top 5 quarterback in this league. He's definitely at one point top 10 for a stretch. I just think Arizona's situation just isn't really good at the moment, and it's making him look worse than what he honestly is. I believe in Kyler Murray more than I believe in Tua.
Oh yeah,
Just
yeah, for sure.
I think Kyler Murray still has some left in the tank. I still think he's a really good quarterback. He's shown he's shown what great years at some point. Like he's not done. He's not done. It's just Arizona's just bad as an organization. So you put him somewhere else, and he's another one. I would like to see him somewhere else before I say he's done. You know, so I feel like we can't keep giving up on these guys so fast. Tua, his concussion history is probably a reason why I would probably say maybe it's time for him to kind of be done. Maybe, but not Kyler Murray. I want to see him Kyler Murray somewhere. I still have faith in Kyler Murray, so I'm standing on that.
Yeah, I'm kind of like I kind of have faith in Kyler Murray. Like I said, I try to root for my black quarterbacks, but man, Kyler Murray, it's tough, man. It's tough. But if he gets a change of scenery, now he would be cool in Minnesota. He would be cool somewhere like what are some other spots? It's like it's hard because it's like so many teams have good quarterbacks or quarterbacks that are serviceable. So it's hard.
Yeah, it's definitely hard.
They just got they got Lafleur, the Lafleur's
Matt
brother.
Lafleur. Yeah. Oh no, not Lafleur. Yeah. Yeah.
Matt, is that his name? Matt Lafleur or
Mike.
Matt,
I think it's Mike or Matt. I don't.
Mike?
I'll always.
Mike is the what's hold up. I'm so confused now. I'm so confused now. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Green Bay's coach is his brother.
Yeah, I always get it confused. I always get it mixed up. Mike LaFleur is let me see. Matt LaFleur is the Green Bay coach. So yeah, so it's Mike. Mike is the would be mine. Yep. I always get them mixed up. I don't know why, but yeah. But like I said, I'm not giving up on Kyler Murray at all. Tua is the one that's kind of in question for me. Like I would like to see him somewhere before I give up on him, but his concussion history, it really makes it hard for me to just be like, he should still keep playing. I mean, he has generational money. He got paid really big at one point, so he should be all right, or maybe take a year off or something. Maybe that year off, maybe put Quinn Ewers, I guess, in front of him, and then maybe see how he does for a little bit, and just we'll see how that goes before we fully count out Tua.
See you better than me on this take because you adding positivity, you adding hope. You like, I believe that Tua can, if he does this, he does that. Yeah. I'm like, he's done. It's over. It's completely overdone. Completely throw it away. Like the food is expired. It's been in the fridge for a week. Get rid of it. Thanksgiving dinner. Get rid of it. You're eating Thanksgiving dinner and it's Tuesday now. Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
I definitely agree with you, Tyrus. It's bad, and I think what makes it worse is like you're a quarterback and you have two really good receivers. You have a great receiver, and Jalen Waddle's a really good receiver. You can make an argument that that's the best wide receiver duo in the league. You can make an argument because you still got AJ Brown and Smitty, you still got T Higgins and Jamar Chase. Like those are the two fastest receivers in the league as a duo. So I mean. And they're Tyreek Hill. You saw what he did in Kansas City. So I mean, you got two threats at the receiving core, and you still can't even get into the playoffs. You still have more turnovers than touchdowns. It's hard. It's really hard to defend that. It is. So I
and
mean,
and 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 they had like we can't even act like Tua hasn't had like a good coach. I feel like Mike McDonald, Mike
McDaniel. Yeah,
McDaniel. I got him. My fault. Mike McDaniel. Yeah, I feel like he's a good coach. I would have wanted him as our OC in Washington, but we decided to stay in house. Hopefully that helps Jaden to be familiar with the system. He's kind of already somewhat familiar with. But Mike McDaniel, he's a good coach. He did what he could with the offense, but like the truth is, the Dolphins, whenever it came, like they would do good in the regular season. Like that one season when they were in Hard Knocks and they were running through teams, they were really good, right?
Through teams, yeah.
Bro, they were
70, putting up 70 on the Broncos, like yeah.
Yeah, they were that season. They were elite. That was like what one of their best seasons since what Dan Marino or some.
I think that's the year. I think that was the 2023 year. That was the year that they gave us. It came out to the last game about who was going to take the division. We ended up winning the division, obviously, but they were playing really good. They were playing really good all year. But too. He can't. I mean, Miami, none of them. They can't play in cold weather. So
that's the problem. That's the problem. Yeah, right there. See, like that's the thing that like I think that I was listening to this whole thing about Joe Flacco and how people like the draft evaluators when they were looking at Joe Flacco in the draft, they were looking at how some tape of how he played in cold weather, hot weather, how he was. Bro, it's good to have a quarterback that can play in cold weather because like some of these guys, yeah.
And Tua is a perfect example of that. It's pretty clear. His stats are like night and day when he plays in South Beach versus when he plays in Kansas City. Like it's two different environments, or in Buffalo, or one of those colder areas. So I don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't know if I'm really ready to throw in the towel with Tua yet. Kyler Murray, I'm 100% not ready to throw in the towel, but Tua is 50-50, because he's shown to have a pretty good team, shown to have a pretty good head coach. I like Mike McDaniel. And that's why Tua's situation makes it more crazy because you have two receiving threats, two wide receivers who are threats in this league, and an offensive minded head coach, and you still can't get it done.
I just thought about something.
What's up?
I mean to interrupt you. I just thought about something. You said Tua to Minnesota will be good. We can scratch that already because who's Minnesota's defensive coordinator?
Who's the defense coordinator for the Vikings now?
What's his name? Mike Flores.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I just thought about that. Yeah, that wouldn't work then. That wouldn't work.
Oh nah, Mike Flores. He was right all along. He was right all along about Tua.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, Brian Flores, my fault.
Brian Flores, yeah, Brian
Brian
Flores.
Flores.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's see, that's hard. That's hard. Cause I mean, he was kind of harsh about Tua, but I mean, he's not wrong if you look at what he said,
If
especially
Tua
after what's going on with Tua now. So
if Tua go to Minnesota, it's gonna be a Thanos moment. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
back to me, yeah, back to me.
Even though he's not the head coach, but he gonna get his shot. I think with Brian Flores, he really should have been a head coach this offseason, but it's politics with that,
It's definitely a lot of politics with that, 100%.
in his situation.
Yeah,
But he gonna be a coach soon. I thought the Steelers should have got him.
the Steelers.
Yeah, I thought that was the best fit.
I wanted I wanted I wanted I wanted Mike McDonald actually for the Bills head coach position. I feel like I don't really agree with the Joe Brady
You mean Mike
uh
McDaniel?
yeah, sorry. I don't agree with I think we should have Mike McDaniel as our offensive coordinator. I don't like the fact that Joe Brady got promoted to the head coach. I don't see I could be wrong how it turns out, but I didn't necessarily like that at all. But I mean maybe I don't know. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
They just said, "Look, we'll just go with what's familiar. Keep it plain, keep it simple, run it back."
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see, but we'll see how it all plays out with the upcoming year as well. I hope to see Washington in the playoffs this year. I'd like to see what JD5 does this year as well. So I think they, yeah, you guys need to get healthy again. That's all. You guys dealt with injuries since week one, so I mean, we'll see how that plays out with you guys as well. We'd love to see you guys get to the playoffs. You know,
Oh, it's a must. It's a must. We need a home playoff game.
yeah, that game's gonna be packed. Home playoff game that would be packed.
When's the last time? I think the last time we had a home playoff game. I'm not even counting. I don't even count the COVID one, bro. That don't count.
You don't count that one?
What the like the one against Tom Brady, the
Yeah,
Tampa Bay?
against Brady.
That
Yeah,
don't even count, bro. That like there was like, how can you count that? Nobody was there.
nah. That's they have the same feeling. Yep.
That was an exhibition game. Like that wasn't
Yeah,
even.
yeah.
I count the 2016 one where we went against A Rod with
Mm-hmm.
Kirk Cousins. That was
Yeah.
sold it though. Had that.
That was a long time ago though. Long time ago.
I remember watching that. I was sick.
Yeah. I
I was
remember. That.
sick.
I think I was in like what sixth grade. I don't. I think I was in like sixth grade. I don't remember fifth grade or sixth grade when I was watching that game. I remember that game.
Yeah, that wasn't that the same year LeBron won the finals.
Yeah, that was same year. Yeah, 2016. I was in fifth grade. Yeah, I was in. Yeah, it was fifth grade. I remember that. Yeah, can't forget that. Yeah.
Dang, so this year is a 10-year anniversary of the greatest finals victory of all time.
Yep. 10th anniversary. Yep.
And we just gotta. You can call it the MJ fans. They can call it glazing. I'm gonna say it. When I watched that 2016 finals, I had to sit back and watch that greatness. I was like, we are all witnesses, man. We're all
All
witnesses
witnesses. We're
to
all
that
witnesses.
greatness. 2016, that finals, we could discuss this as we close out because we're about to hit the hour mark.
Yeah.
That 2016 finals, that was peak basketball. There's no better basketball matchup in the finals I've ever seen. That was just elite. And
Man,
now
I think 2016 NBA as a whole was
the
just
whole
peak
season,
basketball. Like the Aaron Gordon versus Zach LaVine, Kobe's last year, Kobe's last All Star game.
Golden State,
You know, LeBron, Golden State blowing that 3-1 lead. Golden State 73-9. Kevin Durant blowing a 3-1 lead. That matchup in the Western Conference Finals against them was cinema. Then you got LeBron playing amazing throughout 2016. Kyrie hitting the biggest shot. LeBron getting a block. Basketball was at its peak, man. I remember watching all those things. 3-point contest. I think that's the year that Clay beat Steph in the 3-point contest. It was that basketball was just at its peak, man. I don't know if we'll ever get that again, but it was amazing.
oh yeah, it's never going to be the same. We're already unks now. We're already unks.
Yeah, we are unks now, man. Steph Curry about to be gone. LeBron about to be gone. KD gonna be gone, man. I don't know. I miss them guys. That's my childhood right there.
Yeah, it's just not the same. hopefully one of them can get like one more championship, but it's probably highly unlikely.
I don't see the Warriors. I think the Warriors not getting another ring unless they pull off something drastic, maybe in the offseason. Um, the Rockets. The Rockets have a chance. They're a young team. You got KD in the mix. I don't know. Same thing with the Lakers. Like you got Luca, you got Austin Reeves, you still got LeBron. So like, I don't know, but you still got teams like the Nuggets, OKC. So I don't know. I don't really see how they could really get a ring. It's gonna be really difficult. So
Lakers, man, I'm ready for LeBron to go back to the Cavs.
yeah, I don't. Like, I'm kind of done with the LA experiment. He came, he got them a ring. He did what he had to do with that. So, but yeah, it's officially Luca's team.
I,
I
I
really
knew I knew in 2018 LeBron was going. I knew he was leaving with the way he walked out.
you talk about that last game
that,
against Golden
that
State. Yeah,
that last game against Golden State.
my man
Oh
checked
my
out
God.
early, was dapping everybody up. Yeah, he was done. He was done. He was done. He was done. He's ready.
LeBron, yeah, I'm gone. I'll see y'all.
But what more can you ask from me? He had 51, 8-8 in game one. Like he was trying to give them a chance. I believe if Cleveland would have won game one, I definitely think it would have went to like 6 or 7 games.
It could have
Um,
changed the series, yeah.
I think I hate to say it, but I think LeBron. I don't want to say he gave up, but he was kind of out of it. Like I think in his head, he's putting up superhuman performances, giving them a chance, and they still can't get it done. It's like I think he just like all right, like whatever,
When
not
you
whatever, but all
when
right.
you know, I think LeBron from what just reading the body language after that game one loss, when you know how hard it is to win against that team, that's like the
Yeah,
greatest team ever. The Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant.
yeah,
Like when you know how hard it is to because I mean it was 2018, so 2017 he already faced them with KD and Kyrie was there too. Now
yeah.
you don't have Kyrie and he's facing them. It's just like he knows how hard it is. He probably checked out.
Yeah,
Or
when I watched that series, he 100% checked out, and it kind of sucks to say because maybe if he didn't, I guess maybe who knows. But I don't think any. I didn't even. I'm a big LeBron fan, big Cleveland fan. I didn't even see us beating them going into that series. They were too good. They're arguably the greatest team of all time. You got two MVPs. You got two Hall of Famers. Like that's it's nothing you
I was
can do.
discussing this with Jalen and his dad, Mr. Ron. And I was asking him, I'm like, okay, Golden State Warriors 2017 versus Chicago Bulls.
Man, I got the Warriors winning that series, man. Too much skill. Like too nah. I don't see how the Bulls aggressiveness would definitely make it, and he still got Jordan, Pippen, all those dudes, but you got Steph, Clay, Katie, and Draymond running the offense, man.
See
That team,
the thing that the OGs and the unks they don't consider, they always say, oh, the defense because it was physical, right? It was physical, right? But there's something that they don't consider about defense.
mm,
Speed and conditioning. They was not. If you go back and watch the '90s NBA, no disrespect, it was great basketball, cool. They was not running around that much on defense. Like they were in single spaces and he's like clear out. Let Mike get his ISO or you know what I'm saying. Let him get his fade,
yeah.
bro.
Basketball has changed so much now, man. So
If, if you got Curry at the top of the key and then you got Harper running around. If Curry passed the ball to KD, now you got Curry running around. Harper's gonna run around him. He gonna run. He gonna chase him the whole game.
he'll probably keep up for a little bit, but not the whole game. Definitely not the whole game
And then
at all.
KD and Scotty, that would be interesting. I'm not gonna
That
lie.
would be very interesting, but then you still got
Scotty's
Clay. Still got Clay, who at that point was one of the top two shooter, top three shooter in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So like I barely saw Clay miss. It was just like that. You barely saw Clay or Steph miss from the three. So I honestly don't see Chicago beating that. I think that's just the OGs just trying to reminisce, live off nostalgia, but I don't see how they beat that team at all. So you know.
Stephen A. Smith. He said he rock with the Bulls' greatest team ever.
He he gonna always rock with Jordan. That's his dude. So I'm not even surprised. But
Yeah,
listen, we're realistic. You know what I'm saying? We're realistic. I don't see them being 2017 Golden State or 2018 Golden State. So for that matter.
them
But
two nasty.
yeah, no, I don't. So, that's why LeBron's my GOAT, man. They built teams to beat him. So that's my GOAT.
That's my go-to, man. That's the greatest player I've ever seen for sure.
And
But
they wouldn't put no team together to beat Jordan. They wouldn't put no teams together to beat Michael Jordan. LeBron's the
You
only
know,
person I've seen who they put teams together. They put two separate teams on two separate occasions to beat one man. They did that in 2008 when they went to go link up. Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen went to go beat one man. That's why they went to go do that. Then 2017, Steph Curry, Clay, and Draymond went to go get what? One of the greatest players of our generation of all time, one of the greatest scorers of all time, to beat one man because he knew. Draymond Green said it. Without Kevin Durant, we were not beating LeBron. They knew that. They knew that they were not beating LeBron and them ever again. So, like I said, man, that's just how it go.
hey, you speaking facts. It would have been interesting to see how different the '90s would have been if it was kind of like closer to how it is now. But uh,
Yeah,
hey, it's never no disrespect on MJ. You know, he's still the legend. It's more of a generational thing for real. I don't even know. See, that's the difference. And before I close out, that's the difference. I always joke. I always say MJ fans, they hate LeBron. LeBron fans, we admire Michael Jordan.
great, all time great. It's like
Bro,
he's
MJ
second in my
fans,
books.
they be hating on Mike LeBron so bad. Like, it's crazy. They be like, oh my gosh, they be saying crazy stuff.
It's crazy, man. They're intimidated, so I'm not surprised.
You,
It
you
is what
don't
it is.
gotta like Bron, but like you gotta respect this
You gotta
game. Come on,
respect
man.
him. You don't have to like him, but you have to respect him. You have to respect what he's done. So, but Jordan fans don't want to hear that. So you know how it goes.
Yeah. But we had a good live tonight, guys. I appreciate everybody tuning in. We're gonna do some more live streams coming up for sure. I'm glad to have Kalani back. And
Yes,
we just
sir.
talking it up about the Super Bowl, NFL free agency. We got to talking about NBA All-Star game, NBA legends, great teams, all that. We just chopping it up, letting the conversation flow. And until next time, I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Kalani, you got any last words to close out the night?
Man, thank y'all for tuning in. Of course, thank you, Tyrus, of course, for having me as well. I'm hoping we can have more conversation in the future. And go Bills.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everybody, y'all have a good night.